Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Daggerheart, the Broken Spine. We're currently down 2 players. Hopefully that will change soon, and Maggie will join us. Ryan is not feeling well tonight, so we're sending our best wishes to Ryan. Hope you feel better, and we'll hopefully see you next week. And for everyone else who is here, Carly, why don't you start off? Tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing tonight, how much experience we've got, what magic items you've given us. All right.
Hi, I'm Carly. I'm the game master for Daggerheart tonight, which means that I'll be playing everyone these chocolate fucks aren't.
That's an accurate description of us.
Mm-hmm.
I also make dice and do things. I have a sale still currently going on, so if you're interested in dice, you can go check me out. And
I'm using some of hers tonight. They're very pink.
They are super pink. Is that a whole tray of armadillo dice?
It's a tray of 4 sets of armadillo dice.
Nice.
And one more will be coming soon, the Kavoon set, which I'm super excited to see.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh no.
yeah.
Chat just bought you an advantage, Carly.
Oh,
Yep.
Merry
There's
Christmas.
also,
Oh my God.
right, there's also an advantage for Trisanna's story as we keep going. And before we get going, there's also one for me, Knots. I'm like, who am I?
Sorry, Wayne. Here am I.
So
Great.
thanks everybody for that. Definitely appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna make use of that. When they'll never know.
Ooh. Oh.
Anyways, we're gonna pass that along to Lauren. Why don't you tell us about you and your void?
I'm Lauren, and this is Percy. There she is. She looks very angry right now. She always looks angry. It's fine.
Right? Don't do that. Only hold me, mother. Don't show me now.
Yeah. She's like, they must not see my face. Anyway, I play Triss, our Guardian Seraph multi-class. Just a big old tank.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jason?
Hey, y'all. I'm Jason. Tonight I'll be playing Astoy, our warrior druid fungal monstrosity. And I play games here on Twitch, and that's about it.
Nice. And I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Knots this evening, the Goblin Ranger with her cat Kavoon. She's totally normal, not weird at all. And on that note,
Yeah, that's a note. Anyways, you guys have finally finished a long rest. And you guys managed to level up. Your long rest was interrupted by some giant ice worms that seem to have found you through your journey here inside the glacier. But otherwise, I mean, what you want to do is entirely up to you. You guys were last on the trail of somebody. You think the people that you have been trying to tail since the Wailing City that may have a important artifact of Triss's tribe and or other important artifacts. They also killed some people that you liked, so there's that too.
I'm having issues over here.
roll for initiative.
Hold on.
And then the screaming started.
Anyway. Oh my god.
Nice.
Back to what we were doing.
Yeah, back what you're doing is waking up.
So we still have stuff marked from last night, though, yeah?
Yeah, because you guys were essentially all good and spent most of your downtime actions on projects and things and then got attacked in the middle after you had already chosen your downtime actions.
Okay. Cool.
So, yes.
Better not be chewing on cables over there.
You said the roof was semi-translucent. Were we able to tell if the storm last night when it was going?
I mean, you could hear it. It was dark, so you couldn't see anything,
Okay.
especially when you lit light, because like the way it reflected off all the crystallized surfaces meant you couldn't really see through the walls if there was a light lit in the room that you were in. But you could hear it last night.
Is it still sounding pretty bad out, or?
Give me an instinct roll.
Okay. Uh, 21 with fear.
Great. Yeah, you take a listen as you wake up. And now with the fact that there is some ambient light outside, you can, yes, very easily tell that the storm is still rolling over your head. Whether it's the tail end of it or not, you can't quite tell, but it is still... You can hear the wind whistling off the tubes. You can see the slight shifting of gray through the now thinner ceiling in here. The storm is still passing through.
Do you guys want to try the tunnels?
Might not be a bad idea. Trista's gonna pop she's got a minor stamina potion. I'm gonna take that real quick. Trista's like, cool.
The tunnels just lead us, away from where we need to go.
Yeah, it's possible. But if we can take the tunnels, if we can find some good ones, maybe it's a good way to catch up on them. If they're stuck in this storm, even if it's not so bad right now, maybe we can make some ground on them.
So, Carly, you said that the story saw them walking like off in the distance down a mountainside yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
From where we are, can we tell what direction that is compared to where these tunnels are facing, at least?
So with the good navigation rolls that Nyx did the other day, your innate tracking ability, and having Estoy's previous scout, you know that the chamber that you're in that had the downward tunnel was not like in the direction you wanted to go, but it was just peeled off of a series of tunnels that were going in the general direction that you wanted to go. It just seemed like a bigger, easier place to rest, which is why you ended up there the previous night. The other split at that intersection was going in the general direction that you wanted to go. Not like perfectly as the crow flies, but in the general direction that you would like to go.
And real quick, Grace, you have an advantage from chat. Also, welcome in. How's it going?
Yeah,
Hi. Traffic sucks.
I already talked about it. It was fine for me. I had to walk up my stairs from downstairs. It was totally clear.
What was originally a 25-minute drive turned into almost an hour drive.
Oh, LA.
Oh, LA.
Oh, sorry for my lateness, but I
I'm
am here the
glad you're
whole
here.
session.
Hooray!
Did not mean for the fireworks.
Nice. Well,
Is there any way that we can tell if these are gonna even come out? Or if we're just gonna end up like going down some cave where there's probably some more worms or some weird ass thing that's just waiting for us. Or, us, not us specifically, but like us meaning like, meals on legs.
That would be the risk if we take the tunnels.
I think there's always a chance of that anywhere. So
Yes. Can't you do your thing? Do your, like, little... stare off into space and talk to yourself. And then, you get your...
What exactly are you asking me to figure out? No.
if we should... If going down these tunnels is gonna be faster than going back out to get to our quarry.
Well, there's a storm overhead, so that's going to be pretty difficult to travel through and likely for us to end up in a crevice or tunnel. Do you remember how we were traversing yesterday?
Yeah,
Lots of tunnels, lots of holes. This one seems to be a nicer one.
worms.
Well, yeah, we're not going down the worm tunnel.
How do you know? It's not like there's a sign over here that says, worm tunnel
Well,
this way.
We're not going down the one they came out of. I mean, unless you want to go pick apart dead bodies of worms. I don't know your life.
I mean, Knots does have a point that there could be other worms down there, but I think it's the risk we got to take if we want to catch up with them. Plus, you guys traveling on that ice up above in the storm. Sounds like a good potential of danger.
yeah, I would rather take our chances against ice worms than the elements.
I agree.
I'm not saying I'm going to use my Wanderborn pack to pull a toboggan out of it,
Yeah.
but it's tempting.
Oh, that would be so funny though.
Alright, I guess we'll have to risk it.
I think it's a risk either way. So down into the tunnels.
I think so.
Does Knots have a shield that she can use as a sled? Just anyway.
Well, question, because there's the tunnel that goes down that the worms came out of, and that's not the one that's in the general direction you want to go. The other one isn't really down, it's just a tunnel. Like, you went into this cove that was branched off from the tunnel. Like, you were walking down the tunnel, it split into two. One went into this cove, and the other one went in, like, the northwestern direction, in the vague direction you wanted to go. And it's not really going up or down, it's just moving in that direction.
Gotcha. Okay, I missed that bit.
But we have like no way to tell that it actually goes anywhere. It could go half a day journey and then just dead end.
Yeah, we don't.
I mean, yes. However, from your travel the previous day, the little bit that you were, there are points where there have been holes, not all of them big enough for all of you to fit through, but there have been points where you've passed by and actually seen the sky overhead, like holes or crevices that have come out into the tunnel that you were walking in. You usually noticed because of the light dusting of like snow that crossed the tunnel in those areas. So it's not entirely uncommon.
Yeah, goblins were not made to be underground for this long. We've been underground for just too long. I need to see the sky. This is just it's going to be able to watch.
I
We
get
won't
you.
be down here for too much longer. You'll be alright.
I'll start gathering up my stuff, packing it up. I'm going to walk over to where we fought the smaller ice worms and scrape up a little bit of the blood that they left behind.
Sure. Give me a finesse roll.
Okay. That'd be a whole 9 with fear.
Okay, you managed to get up a little bit, but it dried surprisingly well to the crystal ice structure of this cove that you're in. So you managed to get a couple little like flakes because it's not really liquid anymore. But
That's fine.
You do get it.
I'll take it off the dagger and scrape it to a little box that I keep.
What you doing there?
Just collecting a little essence of the ice worm.
What do you
what
use it for?
purpose?
Well, I like to study creatures, and I like to understand them, and it helps me become them.
I like to study creatures too.
So you could become one of those giant ice worms?
I mean, possibly. I haven't tried yet.
That could be useful. Also, I've never seen anyone with your capabilities recreate something monstrous before, but if you can, then...
I mean, I wouldn't call it monstrous. It's just a creature.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just a creature, Tris. I mean, it's
Sort of,
one
like,
that was
looks
kind of
down at us, like-
monstery. One that was kind of monstery and tried to eat us, but
I mean, all animals will try to eat us, like those stone creatures on the mountain.
Just about
yeah,
everything is trying to eat us, so...
that is the truth. More creatures out here need to live by the, friends not food rule. I'm just saying. I can do it, they can do it.
I don't know. I've seen how you stare at me at night.
I
That's a friendly stare.
feel like
So why
Knots
do you
is someone who
drool?
rarely blinks, so...
It's not true, it's throat lubrication.
Oh.
So, the group of you continuing through the tunnels, and if so, do you have somebody who's leading the group in their endeavor to navigate?
I feel like Nyx was our navigator.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nyx isn't here, so somebody else can do it.
I
Nyx
actually,
is here, but the player isn't, so a player gets to lead.
I upped
I
my
will roll for him,
instinct.
but I'm not leading for him.
Fair.
Fair enough.
I upped my instinct, so why don't I
Thank you.
navigate?
Great. So if everybody will give me an instinct roll, and that can no hope or fear, it will just assist or detract from everything else.
Ooh. Crit. Starting off strong.
Nice.
Nice.
I will allow you to still clear stress. You don't get a hope
Bet.
from it, but you can clear stress.
Thank you.
Grace.
15.
Okay. Stoy.
14.
Okay, and then I rolled pretty well for Nyx. Nyx got a... Just making sure that I don't miss anything from his stuff. Yeah, he got a 21. 23.
This is why Nick should have rolled.
23. So you will take a +5.
+5. Awesome.
Well, you got a crit and a 23, and the other
Right.
ones were average, so it didn't really hurt.
So
situation.
24.
Yours is with hope or fear. So let me know what you got. You're leading the group. Yours generates hope or fear. That's how it works.
24 with fear.
Okay.
Because why would we ever roll with hope?
Yeah, so you move along, and you guys kind of notice Knott's ears kind of like twitching like a cat or a goat or anybody that like has good auditory skills. And like kind of whichever way their ear twitches is like the way that they end up going anytime there's like small tunnels that peel off. You guys have been moving for about like 20 to 30 minutes now. When Triss.
Oh.
You guys come across a like 3-way fork. So I mean, you guys came down, and then there's 3 others. So there's 4.
I was trying so hard not to react, Jeremy.
Not just covers her eyes and passes. She's too young to see that.
Iceworm's getting busy, what can you say?
Anyways, you come across this intersection, and Knott's almost immediately starts taking the one to the right. However, when you are passing and you look through towards the other tunnels, because everything's fairly lit, even though it's gray outside with the overcast and the way it all kind of reflects into these ice tunnels, it's still pretty bright in here and easy to see. You're about to pass by, you take that slight glance, and there's a shimmer off the left-hand tunnel. So not the center one, but the left-hand tunnel. And there's this, you saw it for like half a second at the corner of your eye, and you turn and look and try to look, and you take like a step closer, and there's this weird prismatic shimmer coming from inside the ice. You look at this tunnel, and this tunnel is slightly smaller than the ones you've been going through, so you'll definitely have to crouch, Triss, but still big enough for you to fit. And you notice that it moves forward for about like 20 feet and then starts to curve. And at that point where like the wall is facing you, there's something shimmering, like it's like embedded in the ice.
Ooh. I think she would kind of give like a little whistle just to get everyone's attention. Like, there's something over here in the ice.
What is it?
I don't know. It's kind of prismatic. Can I go get a closer look at it?
Sure. Yeah, you'll have to like crouch down, but you can definitely get closer to it. Give me an instinct roll as you get closer to take a look at what this is.
That is a 14.
With
hope.
You can take a hope. Yeah, you start peering closer, and you can't really tell exactly what it is because of this like prism shimmer that is just like kind of wafting at it's making it very like opaque and fuzzy behind it.
Okay.
But you can tell that this shimmer, this wave of color that's coming off of it, it is coming from whatever is there. And it's different than the ice around it. Like there is something there.
Interesting.
You just can't visually see what it is.
I think, like, Grace, do you want to check this out? Maybe it's magical and you can tell something about it?
Sure, and I'll make my way over to her.
Yeah. You'll definitely have to like shimmy and like press your back up against the ice to have room for Grace to get up there. This tunnel is not built for your size, Triss, but you can get up there. And Grace, now that you're here, and like as you were moving closer, there was something that was like pinging on your arcane sense. As you get closer, I mean, there's something pretty powerful stuck in this ice. It's got a strong magical presence, whatever it is that is stuck in there.
Can I see what it is?
Give me an instinct roll.
I'm gonna use the advantage that chat gave me. $14.
With
fear.
yeah, unfortunately you're looking at it, and just like Triss, the magic and the prismatic wave that is just kind of moving off of it is obscuring what the actual thing is that is in the ice. But you can tell that, I mean, it's at least a couple feet into the ice. Like it's deep into the ice.
This might be like a knowledge check, which I'm okay with doing, but is it possible for me to use telekinesis?
Tell me what telekinesis is.
It is.
And do you have it in your... Is it prepared, or would you have to swap it out?
I would have to swap it out.
Okay. Tell me what it is.
Make a spellcast roll against a target within far range. On a success, you can use your mind to lift and move it anywhere within range of its original position. If you want to throw the lifted target as an attack, make an additional spellcast roll against the target you are trying to hit. On a success, deal D12 plus 4 physical damage using your proficiency, then the spell ends.
You could certainly try.
Okay. I'm first going to switch out. Yeah. There we go.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did we level up before or after our arrest?
On the after.
Okay.
So like right as you were waking up, so you could have swapped out your new domain cards for
that was my
free
question.
if you
Cool.
wanted to.
Thanks.
You would have been able to do that, but yes.
I'm going to attempt this.
Okay, give me a spellcast roll.
Okay.
Before you do that, I'll use the arcane prism.
Ooh. Go for it.
Here.
You get an additional +1.
This might help you some.
Hold on. 16.
With
Hope.
okay, so you can
Nice.
take that hope. You reach out with your new ability, and you can feel like your mental hand wrap around the object, but like it's trapped in ice. So you have a mental hold on it, but it's not like just slipping out of the ice. So if you want to try and pull it through the ice, I'm gonna need another spellcast roll, and it's gonna be pretty difficult. You can tell that it is lodged deep into that ice.
So, above table, here's what's going through Grace's mind. She's thinking either she tries to pull and she fails, or she gets a stoy to come over here and melt some of the ice, because she doesn't want to attack it just in case something happens.
Yeah, does anyone have
That's
anything to melt the
fair.
ice with?
No, all I have is a bad joke about Grace not being able to pull. Sorry.
It's not the first time she's heard that.
I mean, all of you have magic, so you can try to assist as in take the help action, spend a hope, and give her advantage with her roll in terms of just like lending her some of your power.
I can do
is,
that.
like,
I'm right there with you.
You all have magical ability.
Yeah.
You can.
I'll give you.
that.
I'll spend a hope to give you help.
So you can roll with advantage.
Yay.
And don't forget about your primal origin. Because you never remember.
Nope, I never do.
Never ever.
And you still have the +1.
And you still have the +1. Additional +1.
I will spend a stress to add 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
I know it's there, but I don't like marking stress.
Fair. Stress causes me anxiety.
Would you say it's stressful?
Aha.
I'm sorry. I'm on one.
I'll see myself out.
Okay, so you have advantage. You have your instinct roll. You have your and then an additional +3 to the roll, plus your instinct plus advantage. Go ahead and roll.
$23.
Nice.
Hope.
Okay. Yeah, you begin to pull at it with you can feel Triss's magic like weaving in with yours, and you're tugging. And Triss, you can see currently Grace has her eyes closed, is doing this all like mentally. You can see some of the ice begin to spiderweb
Ooh.
out as the object is pulling forward and is coming forward, but it's not all the way out yet. So if you would like to continue, you need to make another roll.
Can I help her with my wild touch? I can cause natural effects, so like causing some of the ice to melt.
Yeah, I mean you could spend a hope and help her with her next roll.
Okay.
And that could be your flavor text.
I will spin out.
I'll spend another stress.
I'm just
You got
standing here,
this.
the smallest creature here. I guess the story is actually the smallest still, but watching these large creatures stuff themselves into this small hole.
I think Astoy is taller than you.
Yeah,
Knots.
a bit bigger than Knots.
Oh, what?
Amazing.
No wonder
Yeah.
you freak her out.
Remember, I was the mountain fungal. This is the big ones.
Right.
The big guys.
That's so funny.
He's a big boy.
Right.
Trying to like
Great.
sew and also look at the camera so you're not just seeing the top of my head this entire time.
21.
Nice.
With fear.
Of course.
So you, eyes closed, you're not seeing what's happening. You're just pulling and pulling and pulling. Triss, you see the fissures in the ice, the cracks.
Mm-hmm.
They keep spreading and more happening as the object gets pulled further. And Astoy, you're like melting the ice as it goes, and you don't quite notice in time as she gives one last wrench, and the object, which looks like a crystal gem of some
Ooh.
kind, gets ripped out, but it gets ripped out right into your hand before falling away. And you will take...
Me or
No!
It's a stoy. It's for a stoy.
Oh,
Okay.
a stoy.
Yeah, because a stoy was using their wild touch to melt the ice, so they were
Oh,
closest,
gotcha.
closest to the object at that time. Ooh, I rolled it really high. 21.
Stop doing that.
26 points of magic damage as you see a ward of some kind is actually what your hand makes contact with, and you can see these, like, it's a flash of this kind of gray magic, and you can see bits of gray veining starting to crawl up your hand
Whoa.
before the crystal diamond looking thing drops to the ground in front of the three of you.
Is it still glowing?
It still has the prismatic like shimmer isn't as obvious now that it doesn't have the ice like surrounding it, but there is still these like waves of this magic that is coming off of it, and on the ice that it's sitting on you can see the prismatic shimmer in its full glory like going under the ice.
Yikes. Does did Astoy just get like annihilated a little bit?
I mean, he got pretty hurt. Like his hand and arm is, bleeding a bit.
Triss will. Oh, I used my unstoppable already today. That's not what I'm looking for. I'll use my sparing touch to clear 2 hit points for you.
Okay, that's what I took.
Perfect.
And
That
Astoy or
Mhm.
Jason, could you roll me a d6, please?
Sure. That's how many levels I lose, right?
Welcome back to old D&D.
Oh
4.
god.
That's how many levels of hope you lose.
Okay. Okay.
Like, the total number you can have, you can only have maximum of whatever's left from now on.
God.
It is not that, but continue. Thank you for your roll.
No problem.
Thank you for your contribution.
Oh my god.
We rolled a dragon.
Service.
So when this came out, like, was this a visual like flare that everyone saw, or was it just
everyone, Grace didn't see it because her eyes were closed as she was pulling the object
Fair.
out, but Triss, Astoy, Knots, and Nyx, even Knots and Nyx from where they were behind, saw the flare of gray magic as his hand like made contact with well, not directly, but like with the something on the object.
Now that it's out, can I see what it is?
Yeah, it looks like a crystal, like a diamond crystal gem of some kind.
I meant, can I figure out what it is?
I mean, you can give me a knowledge roll.
I wouldn't touch it. That thing hurts.
As someone familiar with magical rocks, can I give her an assist?
Sure, spend a hope, and you and Maggie and Grace, you can roll with advantage.
And I'm spending another stress, and I will not be spending another stress after this.
She's like, no.
Fair enough.
Nyx looks over and sees Knots. She has her notebook out. She's jotting down notes
For her campaign.
for her campaign.
Oh god.
17 with fear.
Nice. Oh.
Yeah, you look over the object, and you've never seen one of these before. But looking over it, from your readings or people that have bragged about seeing them before, you're pretty sure that this is a what is known as a relic of some kind.
Ooh.
Basically, they are a pretty high level magical item that will boost a stat depending on which type of relic it is. You're not sure which kind it is, but you're fairly certain that this is a relic.
I turned to Jim. Or not Jim. Nyx.
Jim is dead!
R.I.P. Jim! He's been dead for so long, dude!
I know.
I mean, not really. He's been dead for like a week and a half.
For the players, he's been dead for a long time.
I turn to Nyx. And I say, weren't you looking for a relic?
Well, yes, but not a relic. It was just a religious like item, and the word relic, not a relic in the terms of like that specific kind of magical
Just
item.
needed to clarify that.
Also, this looks nothing like what I'm looking for.
Copy that. Does anybody want to boost a stat? Not.
Why not?
Well,
Why not?
above table, yes, it is something that can boost a stat. However, you do know that normally touching it does not hurt you. So there seems to be some kind of ward or something in place that is preventing you guys from touching it. That's why Astoy got hurt.
Oh, easy. Counterspell.
I mean, you could try. It's not a spell that's like coming at you in a moment. Counterspell is like when somebody's actively casting it, but because you are interrupting a spell or magical effect, like when it's taking place. So if you want to try and use your magic in a similar way to dispel magic, because those are different things,
Sure,
you can
I'll do that.
make an attempt. It is still a spellcasting roll.
Still
And
got your
it will
plus one.
be fairly difficult since this is not an innate ability that you have.
Okay.
But not as difficult as it might be for somebody else that doesn't have counterspell.
Okay. I am.
I will spin a hope to try to give her a little bit of extra magical power.
Absolutely. So you can roll with advantage.
And the +1. I am not spending a stress.
Go ahead. I'll help you out.
Yeah, you still get to add your instinct on top of it.
Are you saying?
We'll relax after this.
All right, I'll spend a stress. Just so you know, Grace looks really wigged out.
Oh no.
Like she's probably crying at this point.
Oh wait.
Baby.
I can't math. Hold on. 18 with hope.
And 18 with help. Take your hope, and 18 is what you needed.
Yes!
Hey, let's go.
With the combined efforts of Stoy and Grace, you push your magic out and manage to burr like a tiny hole into the like ward that you can feel surrounding it before widening it until it just shatters. Tris and anybody else who's watching can see the moment that her magic makes contact, and there's like a visual indication of like the gray ward around it, like, and a hole appearing before the magic breaks.
Yikes.
And you
Okay.
believe that the item should be safe to touch now.
You okay, Grace?
Sure.
Stoy will walk over to Grace. I'll spend a stress to take a kitten form,
Oh.
and I'll crawl up on her lap and like nuzzle her, and we'll spend like 5-10 minutes there, like, playing whatever, doing clarity of nature for her to restore 4 stress.
Thank you.
That's pretty good.
Indeed. But yes,
If-
we now have this, it's about this big
Meow.
of like a diamond prism looking gem in front of you.
I'm gonna call you Benjamin. When you're
Oh my
only
God.
when you're in this form, though, Astoy.
It's gonna look like a very tiny version of Kavoon with the same
Oh my
colors
god,
and everything.
yes. So what does it do anything?
Cat or the thing?
Yeah.
The stone. The cat's a stoy. I know what he can do.
Okay. Grace is just petting the cat. and
Okay.
and going no, and then she goes, it's supposed to boost his stat, but I'm not sure which stat, which is why I'm like, I don't think Knots should get it because we don't need a hulked out Knots.
Maybe it'll boost her intelligence.
It's a face Jeremy made.
So has anybody
Guys, I'm just saying, I
picked
don't
up
want,
the item?
I don't want to be the most intelligent in the group. Like, being near the top is fine. I'm okay with that. But
Mhm.
I don't want to be pushed over the top and have to outshine you all in everything I do.
Okay.
If it's gonna boost her intelligence, then absolutely we'll give it to her.
I'm just gonna say, has anybody picked up the item, or is it still just laying on the ice?
Triss will go, and if no one else is going for it, she's not trying to claim it, but just gingerly, like gauntleted hand, pick it up.
Yeah,
Like,
when you pick it up, it's weird. You pick it up, and there is like an innate sense of confidence that takes you over when you hold it. And you, in this moment, if you could, you feel the want that you would like stand up straighter and present yourself better. As in, it is what is known as a charm relic. It will give a +1 to your presence. And you cannot
Ooh.
hold any other relics if
Okay.
you have it.
Like, yeah, she'll look at me like, anyone in need of a little confidence? I.e., does anyone use presence as their caster? I believe. Yeah,
No,
that's what
I use
Well, you are a bard or a sorcerer, which means that you can use instinct or presence. It's your choice for your stuff because you are a multi-class.
multi-class.
So you can use instinct or presence for all of your stuff. It's your choice which one you utilize.
I am. Grace is gonna look up at Triss and be like, I mean, I could use it, but if anybody else really needs it, they should take it.
I mean, that's not really my thing. I just intimidate people into what I want.
I mean,
I glare at them.
I wouldn't mind, but I feel like it would be more useful for you, especially if it will increase your spell casts or your spell strength.
Yeah, I mean, I can do that.
Not just gives you double thumbs up and a smile.
Yeah, so Grace, you guys have managed to recover what is a charm relic. It just gives a permanent boost of +1 to your presence.
Nice.
It should be an item that you can add to your equipment. It's a Daggerheart item.
There we go. Wait, why do I have a charm potion? Oh, right.
Yeah, those are a consumable that will assist you on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have +3. Let's go.
Nice.
And you miss.
Well, if you're all done messing around, guys, I think we're supposed to go this way. How did you even get going that way? That tunnel's way too small for you.
I don't mind. Nope, not saying that.
Choices.
It's fine. I can make myself fit.
Astoy will jump off Grace's lap a second and walk over to the prism that's still on the ground and just like slap it with his paw towards Grace.
Well, I think it was currently in Triss's hand, but you can absolutely slap it out of Triss's hand.
No,
towards
not the
Grace.
relic. The prism that I put down for the spellcasting.
Oh, the prism. Yeah, you can absolutely slap that the arcane prism to Grace. That is also an item that you can also put in your equipment.
There you go.
I think Knots has the other one because you guys have 2 of them.
Yeah, that was the one I'd got with the starting stuff. Then I'll jump back
Alrighty.
up in Grace's arms.
Aw.
Well, you guys can continue to follow Knots' lead after that interesting diversion.
Nice diversion.
As Knots continues to lead you guys through the tunnels pretty confidently for the next hour and a half. When you guys do notice, yes, it is raining cats outside. And a bunch of cats slide down and attack.
She's back.
She's back
No.
from outer space. Anyways, yeah, no, you guys continue along. And about an hour and a half longer of travel, so it's early. It's getting into midday now. When you notice, it's brightening down here, and you look overhead, and it seems as if the storm is starting to clear, which is resulting in more light appearing down here. It's not completely gone yet, but it's on its way out. And you seem to be traveling in the opposite direction of it, so.
That seems right, because it was blowing in from over the direction that we were coming or going towards, so that makes me feel better. But I still kind of want to get out of here. I'm going to be looking for a tunnel that leads up and out.
Sure, give me an instinct roll.
A lot I can do. I'm just going to
Can
go
I
ahead
help?
and
You
Sure.
can spend a hope and help. Absolutely. And you can roll with advantage.
That is a 20 with hope.
Okay, well, you can
Nice.
take that
Yes, with
hope. Yeah, you guys are moving along. In about 20 minutes after you notice that the storm's clearing, you finally see another one of these branched off tunnels that goes off, and you're about to ignore it, but you notice that while it goes off at like the same level as you, as you're passing by, you catch the out of the corner of your eye that it does start sloping up. And when you kind of circle back and step into that side piece for a second, you notice that it does lead up and out, and you can see sky. It is fairly small. For most of you, it won't be an issue, but for Triss can have to squeeze.
Triss
But
has
it-
accepted
it
having
is-
to crawl. It's fine.
Well, it's possible for Triss to get out, but it is definitely along the edges of like a spelunking effort, like not on your hands and knees. She's probably everybody else might be hands and knees, except for Knots, who could probably just. But Triss should be able to fit, but it is going to be more of the on your belly, elbows, like
A lot of
you
not
know.
looking where you're going because you can't pick your head up. Those antlers.
I know.
Well,
My aesthetic
it-
choices are dogging me.
Yeah, so it'll be a little bit of an endeavor for Triss to get out, but it is one that is big enough for her to get out with some effort.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
I think since I'm the smallest and I can just kind of go through, I am just going to move forward and check things as they kind of mess around fitting through, just in case this isn't the best way to go. And then
Sure.
Triss doesn't have to deal with it.
For
Thanks.
you, it is fairly steep, not super steep, but fairly steep. So, and it is ice. It does have the spattering of snow, but that almost makes it more difficult. So I will need it's not very difficult. It's a DC 8 for you, agility check to get up and out of this tunnel.
I need to get 4 or better.
Mm-hmm. Which means just not
I got a
1
7.
and a 3 or a 1 and a 2.
Well, sorry, it's an 11 after the roll with hope.
Okay, you can take that hope, and yeah, you managed to scramble up and get yourself out with Kavun.
What
And so
do
you
I
guys
see?
are up there. Yeah, you look and you pop up, and you're still on the glacier. But if you look to the northward, northwest direction, the general direction you were traveling, you notice that you've gone a little too far to the west from like directly across the glacier, which was the direction you wanted to go. So if you look back to the northeast and it's back that way, I mean, not more than an hour, you think, of travel before you get off of the glacier. But it is as empty and desolate as it was before up here.
And storm has blown over and is off to the southeast.
The storm is it's still windy around here, but you can see that it is moving off of the glacier with each passing minute.
I stare down the hole that I crawled out of, debating on causing problems. And then I won't. I will climb back in and see if I can lend a hand to Triss to get through.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Triss, it's going to be the most difficult for you to get through.
Okay.
Okay. You ready to try?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a DC 16 agility roll.
Are you going head first or feet first?
Head first would definitely be easier.
Yeah, head
In,
first.
in this endeavor. I'm just gonna say it is quite obvious that head first would be much easier.
I'm gonna walk like up and try and like guide your antlers through. That'll be
Right.
my help. I'll spend a hope and help you.
Cool. I'm also going to
Very
spend
good
a hope
advantage.
to use Capture the Heartblades because it feels like her training would help her in harrowing situations.
Absolutely.
Is she within close range of me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That
So I'm
doesn't
gonna
look
spend
like-
Bard's Hope. I'm gonna
Well,
spend
what was
Bard's
the
Hope.
what was the DC again?
16 for you.
Guess we're-
Agility?
Agility. Yes.
Wait, someone gave me advantage, right?
that was
Yes.
me, yeah.
Somebody
I'm also going to use my chat advantage.
Good choice.
I don't want to get stuck.
Sounds like
Oh,
firefights are
okay.
coming.
We're
Right.
chilling. We're chilling. We're absolutely. Thank God for those advantages. Shout out to Jeremy and whoever that was in chat. I forget.
Well, never mind. I won't use Bard's Hope.
Your Bard's Hope only works on presence rolls.
Oh.
Right.
I was
Okay,
expecting
no,
Jeremy.
I'm good. We're chilling. Those
What'd
two.
you get?
Uh,
What?
with fear, which feels fitting for this situation, because it's probably there's a second where Triss is like, "Oh God, I am stuck," but manages to push through because with 2 advantage and an experience, I end up with 19. I rolled a 5. And then rolled a 5 and a 6 on my advantages.
Ooh. Yeah. Literally, it's your friends that save you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm expecting
As
Knots is
much-
like pulling butter out of his backpack or backpack.
Well, actually, it's Knots is guiding the horns through. So when she thinks she gets stuck, with just a little bit of the tug and guiding the antlers through, and it manages to push her past the moment of panic that you could see growing on her face in that moment. Knots.
Oh, boy.
But you do get up and out, and you are in open air.
Triss, like, externally looks like cool, calm, and collected. Inside, she's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Nice.
With that, the other three of you can continue up. You guys are all bigger than Knots. So for Soy and Grace, it's going to be a DC 10, and I will roll for Nyx, who is slightly bigger than both of you, and it'll be a DC 12.
I'm currently the cat.
Oh, well then, it's going to be still a DC 10 because it's a very large slope for a cat.
Fair enough.
And I will roll for Nyx.
Once Triss is on the side, do we want to like go out and hold a rope down for them to like be able to kind of use as a, instead of using the ice to try and get out, and maybe that'll be an advantage?
I mean, you can try while you guys are talking about that if you want to do that. While you're talking about that, though, Nyx just clambers up the hole, no problem, because I rolled a 12 and a 10.
Nice.
So a
Nice.
23 with hope for Nyx.
A.
The cat
Great.
just jumps up as well. 18.
Grace also clambers her way up.
Nice. Excellent.
18 with
Fear.
hope or fear. Okay, and
14 with fear.
okay. Grace, you do have a moment where you think you might not make it, so you are going to take a stress because you succeeded with fear, but not by more than 5. So
Oof.
you will take a stress as you try to pull yourself up, having watched the rest of your party besides Triss kind of just go up the hole. You're in a very Laura Bailey mood, aren't you? It's not a diss.
I don't know. There are times where like I'm watching it and I'm just like, Laura Bailey, I am disappointed that you did not say something.
She's gotten better.
It's fair. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Last night was a ride. Let's just.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it until I like get back from Mexico on the 28th. Which is
Gotta avoid
unfortunate.
all the spoilers.
I know.
Mm.
I mean, my internet. The reason I won't be able to watch is my internet connection is not good, so
Fair.
I won't be on social media either.
But yes, so the group of you are all up top on top of the glacier in fresh air. It's cold. The wind is blowing, but you're not underground. You're not in a strange, magical, ancient world. You're not in ice tubes. You're above ground and breathing.
Woo.
I'll return to normal form at this point. Do you want me to still go fly and see if I can see him again?
Oh, that'd be great.
Might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be kind of that way, though, because I think we went a little too far west.
Oh, good point, Knots.
Thanks.
I'll head that way.
Yeah, absolutely. You change forms and take
Spend
to
another
the
stress.
skies. Give me an instinct roll.
Okay. Let's see. Giant Eagle is... I gotta look to see what it gives me. It's finesse. locate advantage, I'm assuming?
Yep.
That'll be 17 with fear.
Yeah. So you take to the skies and are almost immediately buffeted by the winds that are just above the glacier, that are in this slight wind tunnel of an area between the ridges of the glacier. And so you are jerked around for a little bit here and there. So you will take 12 points of physical damage as you're just kind of pulled by the winds unexpectedly.
I'll use one armor slot to reduce it down to minor.
But then you, after the unexpected pull, you manage to ride the waves and the air currents out and start flying off in the direction that Knots pointed and where you last saw the figures.
Okay.
You end up traveling a bit past that, and you see this. You remember where you saw them on this like path around like a base of a mountain, and you can see a path that kind of crisscrosses up, and you can tell that there are some figures moving along a path along the ridge, and you can tell that probably half a day out from them, there is a small, I don't want to call it a town, but it is like a cluster of buildings, as if like maybe there are some people living up here. It is like down from where you guys are because you guys go down and they curved around like the base of a mountain and then went up a little bit, and there's this small town that seems to be nestled within the mountain. That's like it looks like maybe 5 buildings or so, and it looks like there is a it's butted up against a opening, like a cave opening, like the buildings. And that seems the direction that they're heading, and it does seem like you've made time on them.
Nice.
So now they're about a day ahead of you, you think.
So since there's this town here, are we still like a super desolate area, or is there some game, some trees?
There's a little bit, because you noticed from where you last saw them, the trail like switchbacks down before moving up onto like a smaller like ridge and then going up a little bit, and it is very much down from where you guys are currently. So there isn't a bunch of trees, but as you look around, there are signs of definitely more life than there has been from the valley that you were at and this glacier. There is now encroaching signs of activity.
Okay. On the way back,
Civilization.
if I see game, something that I think could feed us decently well for a day or two, I will try to snatch it.
Give me a d12 roll.
Okay.
Just a single d12.
2.
You don't see any big game or any small game like down on the ground where you're looking. The most that you see just in your flight back is like a small hawk. You do see ends up flying up above like below you, but like up above the rocky ridges. Seems to have come up from maybe a little lower where there might be actual trees or something, but there is a small hawk. That's about all you see.
Yeah, that's cannibalism at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But yeah, and then you make it back to the group who is currently like gathering themselves and prepping themselves for their trek.
Yeah, I'll land down next to him and return to normal. I saw a couple people traveling. They're probably about a day ahead of us. They're heading towards what looks like a small little settlement. So we should be able to at least, get warmed up there, maybe some fresh food and whatnot if we can get there.
That sounds pretty nice.
But, they, like I said, there's still got a day on us though, so. But there is some wood and some trees down in as we start going down, so we'll be able to have a fire tonight maybe.
So I'm assuming that we were walking, not just waiting.
Yeah, you guys could have been walking a little bit while he wasn't gone for very, very long, because he doesn't have to get close to them. It was just about seeing what he can see. But you guys definitely could have started walking if you wish to. If you were, I need an agility roll. Somebody to make an agility roll for the group.
Nose goes.
Lead the group.
Like you want to go or you don't want to go? That's
I have
right.
a +0.
I have a +2 now, so that's something.
I'm agile as heck. Now, whether the
Do
dice
it.
want to cooperate or not, that's the
That's
question,
the real
Okay.
question.
right?
I am here.
I'm using my advantage from chat,
Nice.
just in case.
Uh-huh.
25.
With
That is with... Oh, I didn't decide. I'm going to say with hope because Smiley Day is usually my hope dice.
okay. Yeah, you start traveling across, and your group is almost off the glacier by the time you rejoin them. Story.
Awesome.
And,
Well.
yeah, you guys can easily manage your way and get off the glacier onto the mountain on the other side.
Time to start climbing
Nice.
down, I guess.
Let's go. That might be a time for that toboggan knots.
I mean, I'm always down for a sled ride.
Oh, looking at both mine and Nyx's Wanderborn packs and see if I can find a couple of toboggans that we have stuffed away in there.
So there's no toboggans stuffed away in there. However, there would be like big enough like lids like to like a pot, like a giant pot
Yeah.
or cauldron. There would be big enough lids that you could ride, and the kind that don't have the handle on top, that have the handles on the sides.
Fair.
So you
Yeah,
would
because
be
catching that
able
handle on
to-
something would suck.
That top handle, yeah, it would.
Oh yeah.
Not talking from experience. What are you saying? You've never ridden a trash can lid down snow? Because I absolutely have. You're
Right.
muted if you're talking.
No, one time we had a 4-wheeler when I was younger, and my friend was driving it, and I was on a saucer sled made
no.
of plastic, and we hit a rock. Those suckers disintegrate real fast. Let me just say.
That's why you ride a
Oh,
metal trash
no.
can lid, but preferably not one with the handle on top.
Right.
Yeah, I was because I've done. That's why I was questioning it. Was because I've done trash can lids, but like the like really hard, like kind of almost rubberized plastic
Right.
trash can lids, not like a metal trash can lid with a handle in the middle.
Love it.
Well, it wasn't my trash can; it was a neighbor's trash can lid. But it's
I see. I see. I
Keyword
see.
was.
Uh-huh.
Oh no, the trash can lid survived. Those things can take a beating. I'm the thing that got hurt.
Oh. You know. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get hurt that bad because I fell into snow, but
Nice.
That's just kind of funny though.
anyways, you find 2 things, none of which are big enough for Triss, but maybe a regular sized person and definitely big enough for knots.
Nice.
Nice.
I have a feeling following knots is going to be something incredibly dangerous. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Call of the Brave just in case.
That's.
Would you like to
kind of
remind
fair.
us what Call of the Brave does?
Yes, whenever I'm about to do something incredibly dangerous or face an opponent who clearly outmatches me, I can gain 2 hope and reduce 2 stress.
Well, the mountain certainly outmatches knots.
And yet there's just squeaks of glee as she disappears down the mountain ahead of you.
Before
Give me an agility roll.
Sure.
never
Wait.
mind, not
Uh,
I was gonna help you.
Did you want to do something before I jump on my lid?
Yeah. I was going to rally everyone. So
Nice.
once per session, as your party prepares to enter a dangerous or difficult situation, I can rally people and give each of you a d6 rally die.
Nice.
ooh, all right.
It's basically inspiration. You can use it whenever you want during the session. You can use it to add to an action roll, a reaction roll, a damage roll, or to clear stress.
Actually, it's a d8 because
Nice.
I'm a level 6, right?
Correct?
Nice.
So yeah.
26 with hope.
Great. Yeah, you guys are all
Thanks for that.
talking. Grace is in the middle of her like big speech about how you guys should tackle this carefully and tactfully and smart. When you
Uh-huh.
guys all just hear disappearing down the mountainside, and you can see you can see that there is a piece of rope tied between the two, and Knots has somehow gotten Kavoon to sit in the other one, and the two of them are going down attached together
Oh my god.
on lids.
I'm just imagining like the rope hitting a tree and like they like circle around.
Luckily, there's not a lot of trees up here right now,
Mhm.
so
Yeah. Right.
Oh my god.
I'm
but
actually
yeah, they're
imagining the
getting
end
just smaller and smaller down the hill.
I'm imagining the
Oh
end
my
of Secret
God.
of Nim with the two crows that are like floating, and there's like the string between them, and they keep making like little hearts and stuff. And
I feel
I
like
think Knots is trying to and picturing that in their brain,
Right.
and Kavoon is just.
oh no. I feel like
really
Triss sees this and is like she laughs and then is gonna pull out her like waterproof, so like leather oilskin sleeping bag. Be like, this is how we used to do it when I was a kid. And
nice.
just gonna
Give me an agility roll.
let's go.
Plus a d8.
Love it.
Excellent.
What's the odds that Triss starts an avalanche?
I crit for the stupidest things.
Take a hope and
As
crit.
you
Never would have
should.
managed.
And you can see that Triss is now moving down and is gaining on Knots and Kavoon down the mountainside.
Oh my God.
Her weight and center of mass just laid out is just full luging down this
Oh my
mountainside
God.
and is gaining. You Knots look behind you and you can just see the barreling figure of Triss, like her feet and just the like antlers kind of peeking up over the top of her feet, heading down the
Oh my
mountain.
god.
Oh no, you don't.
And I'm gonna like lean into it and try and race.
Oh god.
Grace, what do you want to do?
And Nyx is still up there.
I'll go next. Can I attempt to use my telekinesis to just steer?
Oh, just to like you're just body sliding down?
I mean,
Like body surfing, but on the snow.
you know what? Fuck it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a spellcast roll for your telekinesis.
Okay.
Just Don't roll poorly.
I'm spending a stress.
We turn around, look at there's just a red smear halfway down the mountain.
No.
This is the end of grace.
Right.
I'm spending a stress to add 2. Do I still have the +1 from...
No, but it's not activated anymore.
Yeah, once we moved it, it ended.
That's a 13.
With
With hope.
okay, so this is just to see like how much your magic is assisting you in this moment.
Mhm.
This was not the agility roll that determines how well you're going down the mountain. So with a 13, you're essentially your telekinesis is helping you keep your head from smacking into the mountainside. And that's about all. You can't really use it to steer because you're concentrating so much on your head not smacking. So you will get a +1 to your agility roll from using your telekinesis.
Nice.
I'm going to spend another stress. And I'm going to use my rally die. Okay, that's significantly better. That's a 20... Hold on. I can't math. 27.
A 27 with
Fear.
okay. Yeah, you start moving down the mountain pretty quickly.
Sorry. 24 with fear.
Okay, you start moving down the mountain pretty quickly. You do manage to keep a hold of your telekinesis, keeping your head up and trying to use your magic to steer you. But the stress of holding on to these 2 ideas in the mind does cause you to take a stress as you move down the mountain. But you are moving down quickly, and your friends aren't disappearing any further away from you as you jump down the mountain.
Didn't die. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Stoy, are you doing anything?
I'm waiting for Nix to make his decision.
Alright, let's see what Nyx has.
He's just gonna fly down the mountain.
Nyx doesn't have wings.
Probably.
Nix has pulled a shovel out of his bag. Is just digging a hole to climb into. He's just
Oh,
done.
God.
He's just done with us.
It's like, I'm double checking. But yeah, no, Nyx doesn't have wings. He didn't take the flying seraph. That was Jim.
Do you want to go
he
down
doesn't-
the easy
he
way
doesn't have
next?
Flight. I mean, if you're offering, otherwise I'll just do what Knots is doing. And he's like holds a lid that he pulls out of his nomadic bag.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I can carry you down if you want.
I'd appreciate that.
All right. I'll spend a stress and turn in my giant eagle form again.
Yeah, easy enough. You with Nyx on your back fly up, and you can just see the 4, including Kavoon, of your companions racing down the mountain and sliding, and generally they all seem to be having a pretty good time. That seems like a really good place to leave off for our break.
Woo!
We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes to see how they crash.
The going down the mountain has been really great. It's that sudden stop at the end.
Yeah.
That's where Grace dies.
Right. All right. What's that?
I've got a story for crashing, but go ahead, break.
All right. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes.
Welcome back! We have 3 and a companion of our PCs sliding down a mountain on totally not safety certified sleds. No sleds in somebody's case at all.
Doing stupid shit.
Yes. So they're moving pretty quickly and fairly controlled down the mountain. Knots, you attempted to speed up as you saw the large form of Triss barreling in behind you. Please give me.
You know, it's fair.
Give me another agility roll, please. Not happy with your roll and don't want to tell me.
I
Yes.
concur.
Kavoon is yelling at you for your stupidity.
The fun
think
fun
Libby-
part is I've been muted on the stream, so all of this has just been, working up to me actually doing something. I am going to roll this agility. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I can boost it with. This is pushing it.
Push it real good.
No, I'm not even going to do that. No. Okay, here we go. That is a 19 agility.
With ooh.
That's with hope. Which
Take that hope.
I'm
Nice.
going to take it. I'm going to pretend like I added it to my sheet because I need things to spend hope on because I'm full up.
Yeah, you see Triss coming down the mountain towards you, and you try to lean forward to like increase your speed, and you notice pretty quickly that you're not going faster than Triss is going. But you do manage to notice in time to swerve and get both you and the very angry Kavoon, because you're
Oh my
tied
God.
together, out of the way
Fair.
of Triss, who is barrels down past you, and Triss is now in the lead.
Let's go.
Down the mountain.
Oh, so not right.
Knots right?
Not right.
Oh god.
Is there anything else, Knots or Triss or Grace
Triss is just
would like to
racing
do?
Knots down this hill right now.
All
A
right.
Stoy would race, but I don't think Nyx would be able to hang on if I did. So,
I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair. You are riding your body down the mountain.
I'm not racing anyone.
Right.
Triss, as you are in your full competitive mode and have barreled past Kavoon and Knots, who barely managed to get out of your way, give me another agility roll.
Okay.
Eat it.
I crit for the stupidest reasons.
Damn you.
Double nines.
Take a hope. Clear stress. You are so full in your competitive mode that you see a small ridge that's covered with snow, and you're like, watch this, and fully launch yourself off like a jump of this ridge and look back and just give a look to Knots before
Oh my god.
cleanly landing, smoothly landing in a way that doesn't really cause you any physical harm. You're probably gonna be bruised, but
Yeah.
nothing really makes it through. And you continue moving down. Nuts. You notice that Triss launched and kind of said "suck it" to you, but you notice that where she landed, like there's a divot in the snow, and there's something there.
Just a worm mouth.
No, but there's something there, like what got uncovered when she landed so hard and continued
It's a Sarlacc
down.
pit.
Right.
Something got uncovered.
Is it trying to like attack her, eat her?
It's not. It's an object of some
Damn
kind.
it. Well, that's not going to help me whatsoever.
That's an object of some kind got uncovered from where she landed.
Is it shiny?
It's Jim.
Yes.
Damn
Yes,
it.
It is shiny. It is absolutely shiny.
Oh my god.
Well, odds, I'm going to try and stop. Evens, I'm going to shout. Like, odds, I'm going to try and stop and get it for myself. Evens, I'm going to shout at Triss to be like, oh, you dropped something, and convince her to go back.
Oh my god.
Evens it is. I cackle and I'm like,
Chris, you dropped something that's really shiny back there. You better get it.
and
You
then
don't
I'm
try to
going
pick
to
it up,
lean
though?
into it even more.
So you're gonna try and go pick it up, or just try to get past Triss?
Oh, I'm using it as the distraction. Hopefully Triss will try and go back and get it.
God. Oh no.
Do I hear it?
You do hear it, and you do see something, an object of some kind, shiny, as you are trailing behind the two of them, just off to the side in like
I'll
a
go check
divot
it
of
out.
snow.
Oh my god.
Okay, give me an agility roll.
Oh, fuck. Does someone in chat want to be nice to me?
Uh-oh.
I don't.
Yeah, you got an advantage.
Oh no.
Do I?
You do. Uh-huh.
From where?
Chat gave you an advantage.
Did they just give me an advantage?
Yeah.
You're amazing. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat right now.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's a 12 with hope.
Okay, a 12 with hope. Yeah, you managed to steer yourself over, and you are moving on a path to intercept it. Would you like to give me an instinct roll to try and figure out what it is?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Whoa, shit. I just dropped a... Stop it.
Jamie brought me food. I made the mistake of giving her a little piece, and now she's like, meh.
Oh no.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
With
Nice.
Hope.
okay,
Nice.
so take that hope. Roll me a d10.
Shit. I'm getting attacked. 3.
Uh-oh.
A 3. Yeah, you notice that it looks to be a scythe of some kind. So it's got a hooked blade that's just kind of like like you can only really see the curve of it. You can't even quite see the tip, but like over the top of the scythe there is a like a gem that is like a dark purple color that seems to have an inner like light to it. But yeah, and as you scooch closer, it pings up your arcane sense.
Can I
That's
pick up the whole
magical.
scythe?
Give me give me your choice of strength or finesse.
Oh, fuck. Finesse.
That was an easy answer.
Yeah, god.
That's a 17 with hope.
Great. Yeah, as you get closer, you notice that it's not silver. It's gold. The metal on the actual like scythe, and then the post going down. So everything except for the purple gem-looking thing on top is gold in color. But yeah, as you swing by, you manage to pull it up, and you have a scythe, a magical scythe of some kind in your hands. As you're still barreling down the mountain.
Was Triss distracted? Get back to the real questions here.
I think I was ahead of you. I don't think it matters.
Well, she did yell at you, so I will say give me a d12 roll.
Okay.
Jeremy, give me a d12 roll.
That is an 11.
Okay. Yes, Triss, you hear this and you do like look back and see something buried in the ground. Give me we'll say a presence roll. And this is just to see how distracted you are. You do get distracted and look back, but this is to see how distracted you get.
Okay. That's a solid 11.
Is it with hope or fear?
It's a reaction roll, so it doesn't matter. This is just in the moment. Yeah, you turn back and look at it and see it, and you're like, shit, that looks cool. And so you will have disadvantage on your next agility roll as you got fully distracted by the thing that you uncovered that Knots pointed out to you.
Okay.
You do see, because you got so distracted, that that Grace comes by and picks it up, and it is a gold scythe that she's like holding in her hands.
Huh? Oh my god.
Knots, give me an agility roll. Triss, give me an agility roll. Yours is a disadvantage, Triss, as you guys are both continuing down the mountain.
Can I use Tracker to be able to like look for the best area? All right, spending a hope.
You want to spend hope on a slide race?
Right?
Yes, please.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Uh-huh.
That's a 9 with fear.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and what did Triss get?
That is a 22. Oh,
It's actually a 13 with fear, but
okay.
I'm gonna add one of my prayer dice to, with the disadvantage, make it an even 20.
nice.
With hope or fear?
With fear.
Okay. Yeah. You realize that you've been looking at what Grace was doing behind you for too long, and you don't see Knots anymore. So you twist around in a panic. You take a stress because you're like, I have to beat Knots. Knots can't beat me. I have to be better than Knots.
Oh my god.
And you look over and you see Knots has now come up even with you. However, Knots is doing this to you when the rope between him and Kavoon gets caught on the newly appearing trees on the tree line. So I need an agility reaction roll from you and Kavoon.
Oh no.
Mine is a 23. This is reaction, so it doesn't matter. 23. And critical double 11s.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that the rope catches them, and you guys both do take so it'll just be a stress for Kavoon, but it'll be 13 points of physical damage to you as you like hold on to the handles tightly so you don't get ripped off. But between you and Kavoon manages to use like the uneven tempo of you guys, like, the rope, and, like, it didn't, like, hit exactly in the middle.
Right.
It hit closer to Kavoon, so Kavoon manages to shift his weight so that he comes back around the tree, and so now you're still moving down the mountain. You are behind Triss.
Oh god.
And you are still both on your sleds, but you did take 13 points of physical
There's just some like bark
no.
and like tree branches stuck in my hair.
I feel like Triss would potentially slow down a little bit to be like, "You good? You okay?"
I reach back with my dagger and I cut the rope.
Now I'll be back.
Oh my god.
Kavoon, you gotta give me a d12 roll. This is a luck check to see where Kavoon goes. Because Kavoon
God.
cannot control his sled. He
Yeah.
doesn't have hands.
Right?
You
You're acting
notice
like
that
like not having hands lets her control anything.
Kavoon does follow you for a little bit. But you can tell Knots doesn't notice, but Triss and Grace both notice that Kavoon starts going slightly like off course from you guys. Like
Oh,
into
no.
the tree. Not fully
Oh.
off course, but just like now there's like trees between you and Kavoon as he's like gone.
I feel
Like
like
Triss's
at
like dad instincts are kicking in, are like,
I feel
hold
like
on.
shortly after she cuts him loose, Kavoon is just like, I've had enough of this, and just jumps into a tree and lets the sled.
Probably.
Yeah, the sled just disappears off into the forest.
Oh my god.
Grace, you're just following behind all this nonsense with a fancy new scythe in your hands as you are still using your magic
God.
and telekinesis to keep you on track. It does start, you guys notice, mostly Tress, because Knots is way too into the race right now, that it starts leveling out a little bit, and you can tell ahead of you that it will go back up as it is two mountains like butting into each other.
Okay.
So you're gonna need to brake soon, or you're gonna like essentially crash into an uphill incline.
Cool.
But there
Yeah,
are some
I mean-
and there are also trees down here, so it's slightly more difficult than it was at the top.
Oh boy.
And Knots is like neck and neck with you, and you can tell they are not paying attention to what's ahead of them. They are like glaring at you.
It's actually, yeah, and I pulled out my jar of fireflies, and you can see them starting to fly over towards you to melt the snow in front of you. Your
That's
sled.
gonna help me stop.
Oh shit! Right. Hey, what? I am spending my hope.
Yeah,
Summon my fireflies.
yeah. Triss, what are you doing? Knots, what are you doing?
I think seeing it's the like parental instinct / like I protect these people instinct is kind of starting to kick in, and she's like, oh, and I think as she sees Not trying to like melt the snow in front of her, she's actually gonna try and use it to stop, but I think she's also gonna try and like reach out and just like Not so that they both stop before they go careening into trees.
Sure. Give me give me a strength roll. Just give me a flat out strength roll.
Okay.
And Knots, if you are continuing to try and outpace her, I need another agility roll.
Oh god. I'm spending one of my prayer die to make that a 17 with hope.
Okay.
13 with hope.
Yeah, you managed to get yourself in line with the melting snow while reaching over and just grabbing the back, like the scruff of Knots.
Yeah.
And You manage to get yourself to a stop. However, not as you are roughly
No, it's for you,
grabbed
her.
by the scruff. You will take. Oh, look like I rolled minimum. 6 points of physical damage as like your clothing and like whiplash kind of rocks into you as she just pulls you up off of your sled off the ground.
Look, probably better than smacking into some trees. So
That is no fair. You knew you were gonna lose, and you couldn't handle me being a
she has nuts like this, and then just turns her around to face all of the like trees and shit she was ran into, and goes, "Look, it's all fun and games until someone busts their head open, and I'm not wanting to deal with that right now."
While this is going on, Grace, you are coming to
Right.
the bottom of the mountain. You can notice that ahead of you, Triss and Knots have stopped, and that you are getting into trees, and this is the time where you would want to slow yourself down. So first,
I'm
give me
going to try to slow down.
First, give me a telekinesis roll with your spellcast to see how much that assists you.
17 with fear.
Okay. You can add a +3 to your
Nice.
strength or finesse roll.
Finesse. That's a 14 with hope.
Hey.
Yeah, you managed to slow yourself, but not completely stop yourself. And I mean, Triss is the softest object that you can run into at this point. So you kind of lean yourself there because it'll hurt less than a tree. It'll hurt, but it's gonna hurt less than a tree.
I'm still gonna shout, incoming!
Nice.
And yeah, you
So
will
they can
take.
brace.
The incoming gives Triss enough time to brace herself. Triss will not take any damage from this, but you will take 9 points of physical damage as you just slam into the leg of Triss as she is holding up Knots.
My major threshold.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Squishy. So squishy.
Well, it's her first threshold. It's not her second one. It's the one that turns minor into major, not the one that turns major into severe.
No, that
like-
one's really high.
Still.
That one's 24.
You can use an armor slot to reduce it. Like, you're allowed. Anytime you take damage, you can use armor slots to reduce it. So,
It's my first too. It's fine.
so yeah, you look down, and Grace has kind of slammed into you and is still holding on to this full golden, not just the weapon port, not just like the metal slicey portion, like even the post on it is a golden scythe that just has a purple gem on the top part that has this like inner light to it.
I feel like still holding nuts. Knots.
Nuts.
Good night. Goodbye.
That's her brother. It's Knots and Nuts.
Still holding Knots like by the scruff. Trish just like looks at Grace and goes, "The hell is that?"
Now that I've stopped, can I look at it?
Sure. Give me a knowledge roll.
Oh my god.
I'm spending a stress.
Sure.
I'm gonna add 2 to the roll.
I'm going to turn off my video for a few moments, but I am still here.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, this is
With fear.
a magic weapon.
Mhm.
Holding it, you realize while you think it might use one of your physical stats, you realize that it doesn't. It doesn't. It's strange. You look at the gold, and it pings something you read about, a legendary weapon that you read about
Ooh.
called the Midas Scythe. Like Midas touch, the Midas Scythe. It uses knowledge. It's a melee magic weapon.
Ooh.
Two-handed. Does a d10 plus 9 magic damage. So whatever your proficiency is, how many d10s you roll. And it has the greedy feature. You can spend a handful of gold to increase your proficiency by +1 on a damage roll.
Fun. Okay.
It's a greedy weapon. It wants the money.
Mm-hmm. Has Nyx landed yet?
Yeah. Both Astoy and Nyx come down shortly after the collisions on the ground, having watched from overhead on the nonsense.
Okay.
That was
fair.
I turn to the group. As much as I would really like this weapon, I don't want to get into melee. So if anybody wants this weapon, it does not use physical, it uses knowledge. And whatever your proficiency is how many... And like I explained, and I'm like, it does a lot of damage. And you can do extra damage if you give it gold.
Unfortunately, I don't know if that'll work particularly well for me, but that seems like it would be useful.
I'll turn back to normal at this point as well once I land Nyx.
Nyx would say, I mean, knowledge is not my forte.
Can I see it?
Yeah, and I hand it over to you.
Yeah. You'll like swing it around. I'll turn it into an agility weapon.
Yeah.
That looks super dope!
Yes.
I mean, I don't normally fight in this, but, you know, if I have to hurt stuff with magic, maybe it'd be useful.
Yeah, definitely.
And just for me, I know you have it, but where's that ability come from to change it into an agility weapon?
A card. Actually, I switched that card out, so I can't switch it at the moment. I'll have to put it back.
Okay, I was like, I couldn't remember if it was a card or like a warrior ability. Right, versatile fighter.
Yes.
Nice.
But yeah, and it's a legendary, so tier 4 magic weapon with the Midas scythe.
If anybody else wants it, you know, like I said, I don't fight usually like this. It would only
I think
be.
that's yours.
Okay. I don't really care about gold. It's not really useful, so.
While they're... Are you keeping it, or...
If anybody else wants it, they can have it.
I think the only other person that it would be useful for would be me, and I already have a lot. So...
In its current state, maybe. There could always be a project.
True.
Why don't you keep it then? See if you can turn it into something.
Okay.
Maybe like imbue your staff into it so you can swing it.
They are both knowledge weapons.
But it ups... It adds 1... Or my bonded staff adds 1, 2.
Yeah, but a magic, like a project, would be about trying to combine them both while keeping their innate abilities.
As soon as the stoy...
That's what I did with the pairing dagger.
Gotcha. As soon as the stoy hands it over, I'm going to take out my health potion and drink it.
Well,
Nice.
Why don't we take a little rest here before we move on instead of using the potion?
Okay.
I wouldn't mind a quick rest.
Same.
I mean, Astoy's armor is like totally shredded at the moment, so.
Oof.
They're all having this conversation. You can just hear Knots squealing as she's running around and jumping in the snow, disappearing in the drifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The group of you can settle down for a short rest if you wish. It is probably mid-afternoon by this point. It was quite the slide down the hill.
I will repair armor.
Well, 1 second. Is anybody like have something that's really destroyed or need like a lot of hit points or stuff back?
I'm stressed.
I am stressed.
Stressed!
Like
I'm
more than a
doing-
short rest will help. Like, are you talking like 5 or?
I'm at 5.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to swap a card in here. I will spend a hope to give you the ability to use one of your actions as a long rest.
Ooh.
So
Which
you
means
can-
that if you choose the stress option, you can just clear all of your stress. You won't roll like you would on a
Gotcha.
short rest.
Nice.
I will clear stress, but I also want to work on binding the staff in the scythe.
Well, working on a project is a long rest downtime action.
I was going to
so-
see if I could do that as my long, and I will roll for stress.
Sure.
Okay. Where's the force? There we go. Okay, I cleared 3.
Great. Let's see. Nyx is going to clear hit points and clear stress. Great.
Yeah, so I did armor. I might actually just go 2 rounds of repairing armor.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Or what were you?
Oh, I can only do the one. I didn't know your armor was that broke. My bad.
Oh, it's not like too bad, but I figured I might as well.
Okay.
Sick. That clears it entirely with a 3.
Um,
And she also plays in the snow with nuts.
Nice.
yeah. And Astoy, what choices are you making?
My long rest will be to clear my 7 armor slots.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm going to prepare because I'm low on hope. I'll
Great.
keep the hit points, stress damage.
And knots.
At some point, Knots pops up out of a snowdrift and walks over to Grace and holds a small stone that is etched with a rune out in her hand.
I found this. Looks like something you might like.
She's just like bruised. There's field bark and trees stuck in her
no.
hair.
Oh.
Sap has like gunked her hair all together in this like weird array out of the top of her head. And she smiles this big smile at you, and you can see like one of her teeth is probably loose from hitting that tree. And then she walks off. She walks off and like starts playing in the snow again. But will I am going to. So that was Forager, my new ability. I rolled a 3 and got an arcane rune. That rune gives you a +2 to a spellcast roll of your choice.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to clear some or tend to my wounds as I sit in the snow.
Great.
Best day ever.
Uh,
That's 3.
Grace, give me a knowledge roll for your project. This doesn't generate hope or fear. This is just for project progress.
Can I do the +3 from my bonded staff?
No, this is a knowledge roll. This is not a staff roll.
That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking over the two items, and you can see that they feel that they have a similar magic and that they both use knowledge. You know, with your staff, let me just double check something. Bonded staff. Just gotta pull up the information for bonded staff on my. If I can find it. Where are you, Christmas?
Why can't I find you?
Literally.
Have you
there you are.
gone away?
Yeah, so you notice the similar just type of magic running through them. You notice that they are both two-handed also. So they've got a lot of similarities going through them. You would understand after looking over them for a little bit that your best bet is going to be trying to take pieces from your bonded staff and attach them to the Midas scythe and try to infuse its like distant magic and reliable feature onto the Midas staff, because you feel like the Midas staff would probably resist any pulling apart or dismantling of it. And you get the idea, because of the way the bond and staff works, that you might actually need some gold for the actual like infusing the pieces of the bonded staff to the Midas weapon in order to it's very vain. The Midas weapon is very vain, and so even though you're attaching new pieces to it, it wants those pieces to be gold. So
Do I know how much?
You're not sure at this point. You just know that to encourage the magics to exist together, you're probably going to need to sacrifice some gold during the enchantment process. And that's what you figure out on your short rest.
Okay. Can I do anything else, or is that it?
That's it, because, well, first of all, as a short rest, I know you use a long rest action, but projects take a little bit to act. So this was just the figuring out your next steps phase.
Gotcha.
Of your project. Well, but you guys all get your short rest done. There's some playing in the snow. There's some
Eating.
looking at weapons. There's a kitty. Kavoon eventually makes their way back, kind of angrily making sure to stay a little bit away from Knots.
Mm-hmm.
Which becomes kind of a game in and of itself, because after she's done bandaging herself up, she notices that he comes back and tries to like run up and give him a hug, and he like moves away, and so she like grins furiously at him and chases him around for the next half hour.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I feel like at
Knots
one
is
point he just like
Kavoon
bats
is
her.
not in
Right.
the best mood.
Mhm.
At one point he just bats her. She sails like several feet through the air and lands on the snow, and then sits
Giggles
up and
and gets
giggles.
back up.
Right.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
Would it be possible for me to play a relaxing song, or no?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play a relaxing song, and anyone who is within close range of me heals 1 hit point.
Nice.
Yay.
Great.
That is the amount of hit points that I had.
Nice.
But yes, you still have a few hours of daylight, and you've made it to the bottom of at least the mountain that you were sliding on.
Nice. All right. Can we see the village from here, or do we just like know generally which direction it is?
You know generally which direction it is. You won't be able to see it until you've once again hiked a bit higher, because you've come down, but now you know the village is a little bit up from where you are currently.
Gotcha.
So you would know that you'd have to get a little bit higher,
Okay.
and just a little more travel before you would be able to see it. And while you might not likely reach the town tonight, if you guys keep moving and moving at a good pace, you'll probably be able to see the town before night falls.
Cool. Okay.
We should grab some wood from these fell from these trees along the way. I expect it's going to be pretty barren out there tonight.
That's smart.
Nyx will assist and gather up some wood with you guys.
No.
But yeah. You guys back up, find some branches and stuff and bind the branches together and have some packets of wood that you can carry with you.
Sweet.
So who won your race?
Considering how unscathed Triss is, Kavoon.
Yeah. I would have won, but my instincts to not let Knots get hurt took over. So. It is what it is.
But it was a fun ride nonetheless.
Yes.
Is anybody low on hope currently?
No, I'm almost full. I'm 5 out of
I'm
6.
at 3.
I'm completely full.
Not?
Checking. I'm pretty sure I am also completely full. No, I'm down 1. I have 5.
Okay, well then, Nyx is going to spend his 2 prayer dice to give you 2 health.
Nice.
Stoy.
Nice.
Is somebody leading the group?
The
Nyx,
person
obviously.
that usually, yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's typically Nyx because he's got
I'll
the
go.
best.
You can lead if you like,
I'll lead.
since Knox is distracted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Can I s-
impressed with all of you seeming to know your way around the wilds pretty well.
Can I spend a help and use I know places to add 2 to my roll?
Sure.
Okay. $20 with hope.
Nice.
Yeah, Grace starts leading your group through the wooded, snow-covered area that you are in the northern direction. As you guys went down the eastern face
Nice.
of the mountain, and is now kind of leading you in a just fully directionally north direction through the trees. You managed to keep yourselves in this nice kind of flat valley for a while, knowing that you're going in the right direction and you're just kind of in between 2 mountains. But then, having discussed with Astoy and everything about what he said about where the mountain is, you begin to start moving up the eastern side, just kind of at an angle, doing little switchbacks up the mountain, making sure it's nothing too difficult. And you guys eventually start coming up out of like the wooded area above the tree line.
Okay, cool.
And have a better kind of view just out and about.
Nice.
You do notice when you guys start coming up out of the tree line, off in the distance, some flying shapes that look similar to what a stoy looks like when he transforms.
Okay.
They're fair off in the distance at the moment, but there seems to be about 3 or 4 kind of circling out in the northwestern direction.
Gotcha.
You occasionally lose sight of them behind some of the mountains that peel up, but you believe there's 3 or 4.
Okay.
As long as they stay at a distance, we should be okay. I am curious what they're circling, though.
Carrion.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Should we go check it out? Is it on our way?
It's not in the direction that you're traveling. It's a little off. It's not like fully opposite direction, but it's off of the direction that you're traveling.
Gotcha. Okay.
Maybe tomorrow, because we do need to find a good spot to sleep tonight.
Yeah, I think we have
Don't know if it's
more important things to take care of right now.
Yeah. We should definitely keep an eye out for a spot, though, while we're traveling.
I agree.
Well, whoever wants to keep an eye out for a spot can give me an instinct roll.
I'll do it, and I'll spend another hope for I know places.
Sure.
I'll do a hope and help you, giving you advantage.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Well, I rolled with fear.
Nice.
18.
What was it?
18.
Next is gonna use one of his 4 prayer dice to turn that into a 22.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you start looking around, and now that you guys have come over like the edge of this small like valley forest, you can see up along the like slightly northeastern, mostly north, but a little bit eastern. You can see like the shapes of some buildings, but what you really caught your attention is you can see a small like smokestack, and you're pretty sure that is what Astoy spotted earlier, the collection of buildings that the group he saw moving were heading towards. And yeah, it's a little over like a half a day away for you guys where you are now. So it seems that deciding to slide/fly down the mountain maybe actually also gained you some time.
Let's go. Tactical sledding.
But as the sun begins to set and as the light begins to dim, you're looking around for a good place to camp out. And while you're out of like the trees, you do find like a rock overhang that left a fairly untouched portion of ground and provides some protection from overhead that you guys could camp
Nice.
under if
Cool.
you wish.
Seems like good as place as any.
Yeah. We can block up one side if need be, stop any wind or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stop here, start a fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
easy
good.
enough for you guys to settle down, start a fire, maybe set up like a partial tent barrier, like using your tents to block off a side so that the fire won't just blow out. And you guys can settle in and discuss your plans or work on projects or whatever you wish to do for the evening.
Yeah, I mean, we should be able to get to that settlement tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, hopefully they're friendly. We'll see.
Do you think that they stayed there? Or do you think that they passed the settlement?
I mean, if they're traveling through here, I would assume they're stopping at the settlement to maybe trade, resupply if there's anything they can get there.
I don't think they're too far ahead of us, and would be a good place to stop for the night. Or,
Yeah.
like Astoy said, at the very least, resupply.
Well,
I
if
mean,
we,
they've been on, out in this weather like us. I would imagine they're wanting something a little bit more relaxing.
but if we catch up with them there, whether the people that live there are friendly or not, it may not take kindly to us, doing what we need to do in their, town.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably plan for that. Like, do we want to,
Are you
So-
planning on killing these guys? I mean,
oh, that wasn't the plan?
I don't know. I wasn't with you guys when you ran into them. I don't know if you're wanting them alive, dead, what.
If we can get from them what we need, which is either the items we are looking for or the information on where to find the items, I don't see why we would also need to kill them. However, they might not give us a choice. I know that they didn't the last time, so.
I mean, they did, pretty directly cause June's death, and I'm alright with pretty directly causing their death in return.
Also that.
And so if we need to, bury bodies or whatever while the town's full current looking, we should probably, make sure we've got shovels and stuff before we find them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can just throw them out in the wilds. The animals will eat them.
Yeah.
Oh, you can turn into an animal and eat them.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, why not?
I mean, I guess it technically wouldn't be cannibalism.
They're not mushrooms.
Exactly.
I don't think it's a good idea because Astoya would probably feel bad about it.
The story. Would you feel bad about do you feel bad about being a part of the circle of life?
Particularly.
Like, you're a mushroom fella, right? And you absorb nutrients from things like the living and the dead and...
I eat creatures, yes.
Right.
I mean, I normally don't eat people unless it's desperation.
Well, we would be desperate to hide the bodies.
I mean, why? We just throw them out and let the animals have them.
It's true, but it's getting it from if we have to kill him in town is what I'm saying. And the people are like, oh, well, that's murder. And we don't want to, have to go to prison or, whatever it is that their local customs are. Then, we should probably plan ahead to take care of the bodies.
Well, there's one flaw in your plan. If I turn into something big enough to eat 2 humans, they're probably going to be worried about that giant creature in their town.
I think the story's right that if we just leave them in the woods, something will take care of it. There are plenty of hungry creatures out here.
We got to catch up to it first. Yeah.
True. How about before we catch up with them, we stop at the general store and we'll get a bunch of bags and stuff. And then if we have to, if we get in a fight in their ruined inn, for example, it's spitting on here, and then they're dead, and we can't just throw them in the forest. We can cut them up, put them in the bags, then carry them out, and then put them in the forest.
You have Quite the imagination.
I just
Thanks.
pat Knott's head.
Why don't
Which
we
I
catch
feel
them
is
first,
probably
and then we'll
still a
figure
little
out.
sticky.
What are these? So you said they killed your friend. Are they warriors, magicians? What are we talking here?
Both, if I remember correctly.
I'm pretty sure they were level 5 assholes.
Like Triss like actually snorts at that one.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that it was at least one magic user and then the guy in charge, and you think there might have been one or two others that escaped, but you're not positive.
Yeah, but I only saw like a couple people, correct?
Yeah, you think it was around 3 people, but
Okay,
it was up from very high, so you're not
gotcha.
positive.
This is even assuming it's them. We don't even know where we're at, so
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I have been assuming that there wasn't just other groups of random people going through these same mountains as us, but I guess that really isn't the weirdest thing that we would have experienced.
well, whenever we came out of, you said we were in some giant tunnels, right?
Ah, Astoy, I drew you pictures. I wrote words down on the paper for you to read.
I can look at the pictures. I don't know how to read though.
Oh, that explains a lot. No, actually, I'm sorry. I assumed. You know what happens when you assume.
No.
Me either. I was hoping you would know, because people always say that, but I don't know what to say afterwards. So I just gotta laugh. And then, you know.
Keep being innocent.
So a couple just things above table. I don't know if you guys ever passed them out. Not that Astoy would remember, but you guys did find 3 channel stones and 5 uses of mythic dust. When you guys were
I was
down
not aware of this.
and defeated the rock monsters the first time.
Yeah.
I think
The Great Stone had been handed off to Nyx, and he's already used that, but there were 3 channel stones and 5 uses of mythic dust. Channel stones are consumable that allows you to use a spell or grimoire specifically from your vault, use it once, and then return it to your vault. So you don't have to use the stress, but it's a consumable, so you use the channel. So there's 3 of those. And then there's 5 of the mythic dust, which are consumable, that add an additional 1d12 to a damage roll.
It's specifically to magic damage, so
Yes.
I thought that Knots took all of them as like a bit.
that feels accurate.
I have none of that on my sheet, so I was thinking somebody else took them.
This is why I brought it up, because I
Right.
noticed that none of you
Yeah, I mean, I don't
had these
know
items.
if I can really use either of those things.
Well, your weapon is technically a magic weapon now that you've finished putting the parrying knife, the parrying dagger.
Does it
on
do magical damage, or is it still just
You
physical
can
damage?
choose.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Things have changed for me. I'll take some of the mythic dust then.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good choice there.
Just intimidation as Triss just like wipes her hand along the blade and then is like.
Yeah, you poured your magic into it, and you personally made
Sick.
it magic, which means that you can decide what kind of weapon, what damage it is doing. in the
Excellent.
moment.
What how many channel stones did you say there were?
3.
I'll take
And
one
they're
of those.
specifically for spells are grimoires. So if it is
Okay.
an ability, and it should say like on the card what
Right.
it is classified as. You cannot pull an ability. You can only pull a spell or grimoire.
Yeah, I suspect Grace will get majority of the use of that.
If you don't mind, I'm going to take one of the channel stones.
Go for it. Oh,
And then there were 5 uses of mythic dust. Whether you want to give those all to your big beefy guardian or
honestly, yeah.
spread them
kinda.
out.
I suspect Nyx might like some.
You're muted.
Sacks.
Thank you. I would say I can hold on to it because I know that's something I could definitely use. But like, if anyone's like, "Oh, I want to use some mythic dust," like, absolutely.
Would Nyx also get use out of them?
Yeah, his axe is magical
Yeah,
damage.
his
So
axe
maybe
is
we
magical.
split it up between you two.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Well, you're
you could-
here, so you can take 3, and he can take 2.
Cool.
I mean, with your AoEs, Maggie, adding D12 damage to the AoE wouldn't be bad either.
It is
It's
specifically to a
magic
weapon.
weapon.
Oh,
Oh,
Granted,
okay.
she does have her staff, which is a magic weapon, but yes.
Gotcha.
It's specifically to weapon attacks.
Okay.
Mhm.
nice.
But what are you guys going to do for your long rest? What kind of ridiculous projects are you piling on me this time?
I'm still working on my scythe.
Yeah, give me another knowledge roll.
Okay. I'm going to spend another stress.
And just remember, this is a generate hope or fear. This is just
Mhm.
how it goes.
I do jack shit.
Well, what'd you
Fair enough.
roll? What'd you roll?
9.
Well, I still got a 4 prayer dice from Nyx.
Ooh.
So we'll make that a 13.
Okay.
Yeah, you begin, so just so you know when you settle down to do this, as soon as you start taking pieces from the staff,
Mm-hmm.
it will no longer be usable until you have put it fully together on the
Yeah.
scythe. You will no longer be able to have your far ranging staff
Mhm.
as soon as you start taking it apart. So it is up to you whether you want to start taking it apart now. You can, but that is your next true steps is to start figuring out what portions of the staff you need to pull apart. to
I will
infuse into
start-
your scythe.
Pulling apart the staff.
Great. Yeah, you figure out that there is within the staff, like within the wood, there is actually a like magical core inside of it, just like wands. And you begin to use your magic to like open up the wood so that you can slip out the core, and then you know that at the top of the staff there is a gemstone, and that is used as like a bonding agent. And so you know those are the 2 main pieces that you're going to need to put onto the scythe to infuse the staff's powers into your scythe. So you manage to get the magical core out of the staff and successfully break free the gemstone on the top out
Nice.
of the staff. So that's what you've gotten so far.
Cool.
Your next steps are going to be trying to get them to bond with the scythe.
Can you do that? Like, can you do the same action again to do that this rest, or is that does it have to be a?
I mean, she can take the work on a project action twice if she wants. I will say you would know it's not going to be, you won't finish it tonight, even if you keep working on it. It's going to be it's going to be a little bit of a project. You are putting a tier 2 weapon and a tier 4 weapon together. It's going to take some time.
Oh,
You're in the middle of the right.
oh my god.
It's okay. I have melee weapon. Now I can get up close, but I can also do damage, like hella damage.
Hello, damage.
Nice.
See, I think you
Sweet.
should use your shadow form with the giant scythe. So you
Right.
look like death when you summon it.
I forgot that I have a glider. Why do I have a glider?
Oh, now you remember that you have a glider.
Didn't you
Not
use
my
it?
fault you don't look at your character sheet.
Didn't you
I
use
do,
it
I
in,
just
like,
don't look at
one
my
of
equipment. Huh?
the- Didn't you use it in like one of the first episodes?
Did I? I don't think so.
I think you
No,
did.
this was a recent
Oh,
thing where I had everybody roll random and they just took what they rolled.
Hmm.
gotcha.
Yeah. I think my first one will be I want to start another project. Because I had the idea of, I had some of Astoya's spores and like growing them in my armor. And I was thinking on like what the purpose of that would be. And I think I want to try, if possible, to do that and have it be like to increase my evasion. The idea being that the spores kind of like alert me to danger.
Okay, so questions, so that we can break it down. Like, we'll just bring the specifics in line of what you're working towards. So, do you want this to be like a permanent increase to your evasion, or do you want it to be something where your armor now has some charges that you can expend to
Ooh.
temporarily increase your evasion? Just know that if you do the temporary way, the boost will be higher than the permanent way. So, like, if
Maybe
you like
I
a
like
plus
that
one.
idea.
like a +1 permanent versus like a +3 or something like that.
Be like, oh, they
Temporary.
rolled this, and I would be like, no.
Yeah, something like that.
I think that because my idea was that because it's grown specifically on the armor, it would have to be like it's something I only get while wearing this armor. So, and that sounds fun. So I want to do that one.
Great. Yeah, give me a spellcasting roll.
Okay. I'm also, because mystical nature shit, gonna spend a hope to use Heart Guardian.
Sure thing.
Okay. 15, 18, 22.
Okay. Yeah, you get a pretty good start. You manage to start laying like a small bit of like soil in like the seams of your armor and start like planting the mushrooms. So you've got it started and you've managed to lock them in pretty securely so it won't like fall out from you moving around. You do know that you're going to have to encourage like the mushrooms to grow and kind of grow into your armor.
Yeah,
and
my
grow
serial
larger.
network.
And they'll become little pocket mushrooms that essentially you can like pop to give
Ooh,
like
okay.
a little like kind of like a little smoke screen or something like that to
Sick. Okay.
increase your evasion in the moment.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Mark down what everything you roll is, because depending on what your rolls are, that will indicate how good of an increase it ends up being. Like throughout your different works on it projects, it'll indicate how good the increase to your evasion is.
Cool. So yeah, roll 1 was a 22. I have that written down now.
Great. Anybody else?
Jeremy?
I was also
Or
going to
you
prepare.
I was like, or you can think on it and let me know at the beginning of next session if you don't know right now.
Nah, that one sounds more fun. I want that one.
If anybody else wants to prepare, I will prepare with them.
My second thing was going to be preparing, so.
So I'm gonna reduce stress, and I'm
Great.
actually gonna start a project for once.
Great.
I'm going to take the blood of the ice worm and ingest it, and try to pull in the essence of the ice worm so I can learn how to transform into an ice worm eventually.
Nice.
Sure. Give me a instinct roll.
I'm gonna use my advantage from chat since I haven't used that yet.
Hey.
11, 14, 17.
Yeah, you ingest it, and you've got a pretty good sense on the vibes and like internal workings. You basically get a really good reading. Now it's just going to be a matter of a couple transformations for practice to get the true hang of the form you're trying to lock onto.
Nice.
Jeremy?
Then I'm going to at some point I get up and I go over and I just like wrap my arms around Kavoon, and you can all hear me kind of like mumbling to him that I'm sorry for scaring him and making his day much rougher than it had to be.
Oh.
And then like I kind of push him over and rub his belly for a while, and we both relieve stress. And then I'm going to start a new project called Teach a Story to Read.
Aww. Okay, give me a knowledge roll.
This is going to be amazing. That is a 12 with hope.
Yeah, you get like A through C done. So he can recognize the letters now.
Right. Just the letters A, B, and C.
That's what you got done.
Perfect.
He can recognize when other letters are not those, but he doesn't know what the other letters are.
What language are you teaching me, though? Is it Goblin?
It's gobbledygook.
Right.
Probably common.
We'll go with common.
Okay.
Universal language. We're
Right.
going with the universal language.
I was gonna laugh. It was Goblin. Like, oh, okay.
Love it.
Perfect. Yeah, Nyx is going to repair armor and prepare. So, 2 hope
Nice.
for him. And that's where we will leave off.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Carly and everyone. Definitely appreciate it. Does anyone have any fun things coming up that they want to talk about and share? You're muted.
You're muted.
I'm trying to be good about not getting my like keyboard clicky clacks in, but then I keep forgetting to unmute myself. I was gonna say I'm gonna be out of the country, so I will see y'all next year.
Right.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah,
Woo.
indeed. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Keep an eye out if you head over to our calendar, the link which I am putting in chat right now, as next month is going to be a little off and on for pretty much a lot of the things on the channel, but we're going to try and stream as much as possible, but it's very difficult to stream when the GM is gone and Carly has some stuff going on and on some date, and we'll figure things out, but keep an eye out for that. And then let's see, what is today? Today's Friday. That means tomorrow is Saturday, and it is the finale of Hunter Bad Blood, which is our Hunter the Reckoning limited series, which Carly and Jason here on your screen are also a part of. So tune in at 8 p.m. tomorrow night for that. It should be a good time.
I'm gonna die. Still can't.
They
believe
may
I'm
all
not
die.
dead.
All the
I
characters
say
may
that
die.
every time, and I still can't believe I'm not dead yet.
Well,
Pretty funny.
we'll try real hard tomorrow.
Okay.
So last Saturday I had a choir concert, and they recorded it.
That's awesome.
Aw,
Nice.
wait, that's so fun.
So I sent the link to Jeremy, and if you want to watch me perform, it is on YouTube.
Nice.
Awesome. Glad to hear.
I am throwing that in here. Nice. Thanks for sharing. That's fantastic. Gonna check that out. What else? Next week we have some D&D on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We have For the Horde of the Dragon Queen. We're going to be playing that day, and then the following week is Christmas, so we'll be off for a week, and then the following week is New Year's, so we might be off that week too. We're not sure yet. We will find out. So yeah, just go follow that calendar. And then pretty soon here, we're going to be in the new year. It's going to be exciting.
Woo.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for playing tonight. It was great to see you. Thanks everybody in chat for chatting and watching. It's always appreciated, and for the advantages that you granted. They definitely made a difference.
They came in handy.
We're gonna raid, so hang out for that, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Take care, everybody.